The grand narrative of Western civilization has long been cast in the pale, unchanging marble of its statues, leading us to believe that the people who built the greatest civilization of antiquity were a genetically static population of local Italic tribes. Yet modern science is currently shattering this myth to reveal a biological reality that is far more vibrant, diverse, and unexpected than any historian previously imagined. For centuries, our collective imagination has been captivated by the image of the Roman Empire as a monolithic pillar of Western society, a world of stoic philosophers and iron-willed legionnaires who were thought to be the direct biological ancestors of the modern Italian people. But the cold, hard data now emerging from the field of paleogenomics is painting a far more complex picture that challenges everything we thought we knew about the Eternal City. When we look at the ruins of the Colosseum or the Pantheon, we tend to project our modern understanding of ethnicity onto the past, assuming that the people who built these wonders were a stable, localized population. But a landmark study published in the journal Science, led by researchers from Stanford University and several Italian institutions, has revealed that Rome was perhaps the most genetically diverse city of the ancient world. By sequencing the genomes of 127 individuals from 29 archaeological sites in and around Rome, stretching from the Stone Age through the Middle Ages, scientists have managed to create a genetic time lapse that shows a population in a constant state of flux. In the earliest days of the Republic, during the Iron Age, the DNA of Rome's citizens did indeed align with the local European farmer populations. But as the empire transformed from a small village into a global superpower, its biological makeup underwent a radical transformation. During the height of the imperial era, roughly between the 1st and 4th centuries AD, the genetic signature of Rome's population underwent a massive eastern shift that saw the local European and Italic lineages largely overshadowed by a staggering influx of people from the Near East and the Eastern Mediterranean, including modern-day Turkey, Syria, Lebanon, and Egypt. This means that if you were to walk through a Roman market at the height of the empire, the average person you encountered would have looked more like someone from a modern Levantine or Greek city than someone from a Western European capital. The data suggests that for several centuries, the average inhabitant of Rome shared more DNA with someone from Athens or the Levant than with their own ancestors from the Italian Bronze Age. Rome wasn't just a political empire, it was a prehistoric New York City, a true cosmopolitan melting pot where the concept of being Roman was a civic identity that transcended ancestral roots. This fluidity was a structural necessity of an empire that prioritized trade, administration, and military might over ethnic homogeneity, pulling millions toward the capital, not just as merchants and craftsmen seeking opportunity, but also as enslaved persons brought to fuel the engines of Roman growth. Interestingly, as the Western Empire eventually began to decline and the political center shifted toward Constantinople, the genetic landscape changed once more, with migrations from Western and Northern Europe gradually pulling the DNA back toward the European profile we recognize in Italy today. This genetic pendulum reminds us that human populations are rarely static and that the very concept of a pure ancestral line is often a myth. For an audience that values the deep roots of Western culture, this discovery is a powerful reminder that the foundations of our heritage were laid by a society that was remarkably multicultural long before the modern era. While these findings provide a revolutionary look at the past, they should be viewed as a broad demographic overview. For individual concerns regarding ancestry or health, one should always consult with qualified genetics professionals. As technology allows us to peer further into the past, we find that the true history of Rome is a story of movement, adaptation, and the incredible interconnectedness of the human family. And that's something worth remembering when you next look at the map of our world and realize we have always been a people on the move.